Whatever. Shut up. You knew what you were signing up for when you moved here. Get over it. So we want to wish all the mothers out there in the audience a very belated happy Mother's Day. Yes, I know that it was yesterday, but you know what? We don't go live on Sundays because you just, to quote Walter Sobchak, we don't fucking roll on Shabbos. Okay, we just don't. All right. Yeah.
Shomer fucking
David, now that we know that you've seen The Big Lebowski in its entirety, we know that you get that reference. Even though you don't like the movie, because somehow or another, your shade of red blood is just a little bit different than most Americans. So I'm just kind of putting that out there.
I'm apparently, because
we're not mad, just disappointed.
Max is dead.
You got me. Oh, you got me that time. No, dog. No, sorry. No, sorry, Bart. That was my fault.
No, dog. No. Now it's not peanut butter time.
No, he didn't mean that.
Yeah.
I didn't. Later. I told you to come back later.
Why?
Babe, get the ball gag.
Again?
Oh, okay.
Yes, Bella, I watched it and I didn't really. I thought it was.
We're just not going to discuss that. Hey, David. We're not even 3 minutes into the show tonight. We're not going to breathe that air of negativity. Okay, it's just going to spell bad jujus for the rest of the night.
That negativity.
It is bad enough, and I need to put out a disclaimer tonight. Now, it's more of a preface, but programming note: we will be without joke time with Colin tonight because Colin is doing a end of the year school function. So cannot fault him for that. It's one of those show up or don't pass the class kind of things. I guess it's like one of those. It's a mandatory fun day for this particular class.
Fuck those.
Yeah, when I put it that way, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, I get it."
Well, all three of us gets it, but Max is still like, "What? Oh, but those are fun when they're corporate."
Bro, you better tuck that thumb in. Don't do this.
Do the Dewey from Scary Movie.
Officer, told you not to bother me when I'm cleaning my room.
Mom, why are you going through my nightstand? That's my drawer.
Don't touch that cell.
I got a weird sport today.
Okay, let's go. I want to hear your weird sport.
Okay, where's sport? There we go. It's kind of like soccer, but volleyball. Let me get this volleyball. Basically, get this. And Jesus,
damn!
I do it. Yeah, that's impressive. God, man, just
it's volleyball with just the feet.
Yeah.
But
that is impressive.
That's more than impressive. There's not a Caucasian on this panel that can do that.
Nope.
Look at that dude out there doing this.
That's not racist, by the way.
Hey, bro, don't break your fall like that.
Racism.
You're just looking for torn ligaments in the elbow, maybe a couple of dislocated shoulders.
God.
Jeez.
Nah,
you can tell that guy that tried to watch it right there with the back. You know that he takes it because, that's like the ultimate back shot right there.
Yeah.
Damn it.
What do you think the prime age for this sport is? How long do you think a career lasts? Really?
Dude, look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm standing right there. I'd say about 6.5 weeks.
Right.
I don't think any of them have kids.
They're going to land on their head and then just be done with it.
So approximately the same length of time it takes to learn how to play is going to take you.
Look at that. And,
man, he felt wrong.
If that were gymnastics, and this were the Olympics back in the 80s, the East German judge would have taken off for the dismount.
Yeah.
Back shot right there.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so much better.
The game I've been playing for the last 10 to 12 years, and have not gotten any better at it. I've gotten as high as maybe 36 games, but there's a mini game out there that MLB does every year. It's called Beat the Streak, and you have a chance to win $5.6 million if you can select hitters 56 games in a row or 57 games in a row to collect a hit.
Oh.
And nobody has won it.
Oh yeah,
like the highest I think was like 52.
Well, they put the money in the pot each year.
Yeah, I mean it's I think it's sponsored every year. Well, it's sponsored every year by a different company. I think the big sponsor is Scott's Turf and Lawn, but yeah, it's Beat the Streak. This year it's presented by BetMGM. And gee, you wonder why Shohei Ohtani had a gambling problem.
It wasn't Shohei Ohtani. It was Interpreter
Studios, sponsored by BetMGM. Here's our look at our DraftKings picks of the week, sponsored by Top 8, sponsored by, it's like, holy crap. The second that they started allowing sports bets to be advertised on the uniforms and in the ballparks, they should have reinstated Pete Rose. I'm just kind of putting that out there.
That's a fair point.
Why not? And while we're at
another
points, the beard.
Yeah.
No,
and another thing, it wasn't Shohei Ohtani. It was his interpreter. God, get it right.
Shohei Ohtani has got to lay some pretty good pipe to the backside of his interpreter for him to take a 30-year sentence for him.
Yeah.
Playing the interpreter card. That's all I'm saying.
Have you seen those TikToks where they're talking about? I was like, hey, how much is the Shohei Ohtani's like asking the interpreter how much is the dinner, and his interpreter sees like a guy about to throw like something into a trash can. And he's like, I bet you $16 million that he will make it, and he misses. He's like, the dinner was $16 million.
It's like, man, this place is really expensive.
Yeah.
I love how he needs an interpreter, but yet he can speak with his English-speaking teammates in the dugouts.
Right.
I guess Shohei forgets that they've got dugout cams for MLB Network.
That's just a rumor.
Yeah, that's
Shohei Ohtani's giving us the best speeches in the world at the 7th inning stretch. He's filibustering every game. What? Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, this Beat the Streak. I freaking love this game. I got up to 12 games before I went 0 for the other day, and I'm just like, so yeah. You get a mulligan, or you can double up. You can like double the rate that you get to 56 by picking 2 hitters a day. But I don't do that a lot unless I know that it's a lock. Like, it really forces you to kind of sort of look at matchups, starting probables for that day. And so if you pick a player and for whatever reason they're like a last minute scratch or they don't get an official at bat, then it gives you like a free day, that kind of a day, and it pauses your streak and then lets you continue it the next day. But that's a fun game to play. It's frustrating and it's infuriating all at the same time.
Yeah.
You got a lot of broken TV screens because of it?
No, because it forces you to watch the box scores.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, like a couple of years ago, what was it? Xander Bogaerts was on like a 20-game hit streak when he was still with the Red Sox. I rode that sucker into the ground, dude. Because it got to 19 and I was like, all right, I'm going to give him a day off, and I didn't pick him. I picked Miguel Cabrera. And of course, Miguel Cabrera goes 0 for, and then Xander Bogaerts extends his hit streak by 1 day. And I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Like, you were supposed to consult with me first.
Like, you motherfuckers.
I didn't turn around and give you the wink. I didn't turn around and give you the wink.
Did one of you guys just grab my ass?
Like,
Yeah.
no, already pulled over. We can't pull over anymore, man.
He says it's an
I'm gonna have to
impossibility.
see some ID, please.
like,
He's like,
littering
you son of a
and
bitch.
littering and
I
yeah.
do not consent. I cannot consent.
So a lot of these City Connect uniforms are catching a lot of flack. Some of the ones that are out already, like Boston, Pittsburgh, San Diego, Colorado, those were already out last year, the year before last. Whenever Nike took over the contract 2 years ago to make uniforms. But the ones that are debuting this year are atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Like with the Texas Rangers, I mean, they consulted with local artists, and you know that was basically a locally designed jersey, right? And you can tell. So I mean, it's kind of cool, right? I mean, they put some thought process into the Boston uniform or City Connect because it's the same colors and font that the Boston Marathon uses at the start finish line. Which I was like, all right, then, you know, that's cool. I get it. You know, everybody's like, oh, they're the UCLA Red Sox. Like, shut up. You're just a dunce. You know,
Did they
I
have
mean,
a tiny explosion on the uniform too?
Wow.
So, yeah.
Starting early.
Starting early. Wow. Yeah.
Right out the gate. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 9/11 jokes and pressure cooker jokes are kind of off limits there, guy. Cut you off at the knees.
Oh,
anyway, so I mean, in addition to the quality of the uniforms this year, Fanatics is just dropping the ball all over the place. I mean, they're starting to encroach on things like trading cards, which is what we discussed last week with our special like impromptu guest Robert. And then, you know, next year they're going to be taking over the NHL sweaters. And let me just kind of be specific here. This is a Fanatics hockey sweater. The quality compared to the Adidas ones that are being worn this year and in years past is atrocious. And the idea that, you know, you're going to get something that looks embroidered, but on the inside is an iron-on. Come on. It just makes it feel cheap. And, you know, I don't put this thing in the dryer. I wash it on cold. I hang dry it. I do everything I can to make sure that it's being taken care of. Yeah, Bell's chiming in. He doesn't like the movie. No, Bell. No, David does not like The Big Lebowski. He's like, oh, it's a good artistic movie. You know,
that's what it was.
It's not artistic.
It's a good stoner movie.
It was. It had a little bit of good comedy in it, but
look, David, obviously you're not a golfer, okay?
Obviously.
No, I'm not. And yes, I get that reference.
What the fuck is this? That's a reference to the movie. Look at the golf ball and holding it.
Chris, pet her ass, dude. 8-year-olds.
8-year-olds, dude. 8-year-olds.
8-year-olds.
They're nihilists.
Nihilists,
dude. Nihilists, bro. Not
but I bet David will let you pay to watch him suck a dick.
Like ZJ? Or ZJ?
It's
like a ZJ?
Fit.
Let me go ahead and ATM.
You go ahead and ATM.
I feel like playing Call of Duty all over again. This is awesome.
Oh, kids these days, you think that you're toxic inside the game? No. You would have never survived the 360 Modern Warfare 2 lobbies.
Oh, God.
Those were fucking brutal, dude.
Good thing those didn't get recorded.
Oh, my God.
A lot of people getting canceled right about now.
Boy.
I don't
know about balls anymore.
Yeah, I'm just like, Yeah. I'm done talking about Fanatics jerseys. I'm moving on here. Let me see here.
Here's one thing about it is it's when you're doing business stuff like that. I wonder. I'm trying to figure out who basically is lobbying like MLB and shit like that. I mean, he's got to be a good fast talker to do that.
No,
stuff.
here's what happened.
Go ahead, Max.
Here's what happened.
One sec. Max has something.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that basically Robert Levin, who owned part of the 76ers and still has vested interest in other major league sports, is the forerunner, the spearhead, the guy as far as Fanatics goes. And originally Fanatics had started out as an apparel company, and the transition between what they're doing now into going from apparel, and from what Johnny said, the apparel quality in itself is subpar, if that's accurate to say. And I don't have any Fanatic stuff, so I don't know. I'm like Johnny. I know what the Adidas stuff looks like. I know what the Reebok stuff looks like. I know what that stuff's like, but I don't know what the Fanatic stuff is because I've never had it. But I've heard a lot of people say similar things to what Johnny has in regards to where the quality is. It's more just putting the quantity out there, and then going into sports cards, trading cards, what have you, and having that same type of mindset to where you're just mass producing, putting product out there and kind of ignoring the collector and just assuming that you know what somebody wants. I don't necessarily know that their approach and their take is correct, but as far as his reach and his pockets, it's long and they're deep.
Yeah, to kind of summarize in terms that I'm hoping that our audience understands. Accepting Fanatics as a quality brand is like hiring a hooker for a self-esteem, self-help seminar and making them the keynote speaker. It's just not going to work. Okay. There's not a lot
disclosure in the Philippines that does work.
I say that'd still be a seminar. I'd still go.
I get the hooker.
At least in the Philippines.
Well, it depends where.
At least in the Philippines, you can expect to see a show where, the lady shoots out cue balls, pool balls in sequential order.
As I say, it depends on where we're recruiting the hooker from. Like what side of town?
While cooking your meal, I might add.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so if we're gonna be,
that's kind of
if we're gonna be specific, it's gonna be South Scott Street in Wichita Falls type hookers.
Oh,
dude, $40.
Ooh.
Cash.
They all speak fluent Mexican American.
I mean, I don't even know nowadays. Like, can you Venmo a hooker? Do hookers have cell phones?
Yeah.
I mean,
are they still? I don't know if they're still working with beepers. I don't know what's going on. You know how long it's been since I had a hooker?
I mean, David seems to be.
What time is it right now? Hold on.
He said, "What time is it?"
Not that long, but I mean, shit. Broken. You get right twice a day.
Remember that one? Remember that one episode we did about that one prostitute that was in town that it was like what $70 and French toast sticks. You had to get the French toast sticks first from what the cop was saying.
Oh, right. Yeah, I was like, you lost me there for a minute. I was like, what?
Yeah, dude. I was talking to one of the cop friends I have, and he was like,
now,
dude,
to be clear, hold on, David. To be clear for our listening audience, that's cop spelled C-O-P, not cock spelled C-O-C-K.
Yeah.
All right, continue.
Yes.
anyways, we were just shooting the shit, and he was like, man, we just picked up this chick for prostitution. I was like, okay, that happens. No, wait until you hear what happened. Her payment was $70 in French toast sticks, and the cop had to drive to the place because I don't know how monetization works with hookers or the prosecution of prostitution. Say that 5 times fast. And
those of us who don't have dyslexia can.
Yeah. But he said the undercover cop had to take her to a place that sold French toast sticks to get those first.
Sonic.
And then he had
Sonic is all day breakfast.
Yeah. But I was like, are you fucking kidding me? He's like, no.
I want to see that commercial. I want to see Sonic make that commercial.
Right.
For their own breakfast.
See the two dudes going back and forth in the convertible, and then the hooker pops her head up from the back seat. Where's my French toast sticks?
Breakfast.
You promised.
That's going to be a slogan on
Sticks plural.
Where's my French toast sticks?
Oh, yep.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
I want that. That needs to be a sticker. Where are my French toast sticks?
Let me see here. There's not a lot. So week 1, the Cowboys-Browns game is going to be Brady's Fox debut next season.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
how much does he get paid for that?
The roast of Tom Brady.
That was
right.
How much?
Yeah. Can we go back in the past?
Yeah. No. Giselle. Tom Brady's ex-wife. I can't pronounce her damn name. Right
Giselle.
God,
I'm dyslexic. I can pronounce.
Ron Burgundy pronounced that properly enough times.
Yes,
Johnny.
Scotch. Giselle. Yes, there we go.
Jizz.
There you go.
Yes.
Chon.
Rolls off the tongue, kind of like it does on David's chin. Yeah, no, I get it.
Did you say jujitsu? Tom Brady did what? Stop it.
I love the fact that Giselle has had the audacity to come out and say, I'm offended by the jokes. Like, you were the one that chose to cheat on Tom fucking Brady.
Yeah.
With a yoga instructor.
Oh, it was
a jujitsu.
Nikki Glaser, her joke on that was fucking great. Like, Tom, you couldn't have picked somebody else for her to go try. I mean, there's nothing
8 lessons a day.
Like, there's nothing more humbling about, than getting your ass kicked by the same guy that, or by your ex-wife's new boyfriend while he's eating her ass, kind of a thing. And I'm just like, whoa. I mean, they were fucking coming hard, dude. And then, Tom Brady decides he's going to go after the Chiefs and Taylor Swift, right? Of course, the Kelsey brothers sound off about it on their podcast. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Jason standing up for his brother and his brother's girlfriend. I get that. But I'm like, whoa, that roast was hard, dude. I mean, they were coming out of everywhere, dude.
Yeah, you saw what Netflix did.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they went back and edited it.
Yeah,
they censored all the shit out of it.
Yeah, the part where she got booed.
I'm like,
who got booed? Glazer? Nikki Glazer?
No, Giselle.
Or Giselle got booed?
Yeah.
She
got butthurt about it.
You got the greatest quarterback.
I mean,
tough titty here. Fake titty. I love the
Kim Kardashian joke that Tom Brady threw. That was great. I mean, that was absolutely perfect.
I think he might have fucked her that night. I hope he fucked her that night. If not, he probably fucked her sometime in the near, vicinity of the time the show started because her hair looked like she just
Tom Brady screwed anybody from that show that night. It better have been Nikki Glazer. I'm just kind of putting that out there.
If her boyfriend allowed it, I think so.
Well, I mean, you heard her when she was closing out her segment. She was like, you never tell Tom Brady he can't do something. And I'm here to tell you, Tom Brady cannot make me come.
Yeah.
That was said clearly several times.
Very clearly several times.
And he's a competitor. You got to understand that competitive nature. That fire started back to spark up. And next thing you know, he's like, I'm going to fuck that pussy. I'm gonna make it come.
Yep.
It's coming back tonight. I'm making it come back tonight.
He's like, he's friends with,
Next thing you know,
he's friends with the Trumpster, so I mean, he grabbed it.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He grabbed it. He probably rubbed it. He probably said it was the best ever.
It's
And then it's probably the greatest.
Fantastic. I'm here to tell you it's one of the best ever out there. Just completely on a whole other level.
It's amazing. It's unbelievable. It's fantastic.
Unbelievable. I mean, I love Donald Trump, but Donald Trump does for the letter B what Christopher Walken does for the English language. It's amazing.
You have to understand that not everyone's going to understand. But I understand, and we understand. And I love it.
Yeah. So NASCAR this weekend, Ford finally broke into the win column. They did it on Sunday. The race was at Darlington. It was the throwback paint scheme weekend. This year's theme was grassroots. So you saw a lot of really great paint schemes out there. Kyle Larson took home the fan favorite when he unveiled the Terry Labonte cornflakes inspired paint scheme for the number 5 car. Even had Terry Labonte show up, put him in a driver's suit, and walked out with him during driver introductions.
Nice.
Like, how cool is that? But it was an up and down day for a lot of people. The passing, the aero package that they're using on these cars allows for a lot of really great passing. But Brad Keselowski, put together some good solid pit strategies, and he brought home the number 6 Castrol oil inspired paint scheme to victory lane on Sunday. So Ford finally broke in to the win column. It wasn't Noah Gragson like I had suggested it was going to be, but I'm actually glad to see Brad Keselowski finally get a win. He broke a 110 race winless streak.
Damn.
Yeah. So,
how many seasons is that?
That's like 3.5,
right.
something like that. But it let me see here. Let me do the rundown for Brad Keselowski, as we stated, he brought home the win. Ty Gibbs put in a solid performance. He started 4th, finished 2nd. Josh Berry with the
What's that?
That's not me.
It's probably Max.
I have there's no phone near me that is turned on. I have no phone near me. There's a soda. A soda.
Maybe it's the carbonation.
Maybe.
That's weird. So Josh Berry with the performance actually of the day. He started 33rd and brought home the number 4 Ford Mustang Dark Horse in 3rd. So he had a fast car. So I would love to have seen what he would have been able to accomplish had he qualified better. I mean, because he definitely had a fast car.
Do you think Ford sales is going to go up because of that? Because usually when a certain car wins, the sales go up a little bit.
Well, that's always been the premise in NASCAR: win on Sunday, sell on Monday.
Yeah.
So, and that was especially true whenever they were actual stock cars. Like, a lot of race teams would sit there and go to the dealerships, pick up a car, bring it to the racetrack, take out the headlights, and, screw steel plates over the openings, that kind of a thing, weld the doors shut, that kind of a thing, put a roll cage into the car, and then just put it on the track as is, because that was back when big blocks were just like normal. That was a standard option kind of a deal. Ford, as far as their as far as their sales of the Mustang Dark Horse, Ford's not going to pull a Chevy. They're not going to kill one of their cash cows. They're just not going to do it.
I still can't believe Chevy does that every fucking year. They'll kill something that actually was popular.
Well, that's just like with Ford with the Taurus. You know, it was the best-selling sedan of all time, and they kill it. You know, they bring it back for like a couple of years, but then they price it out of people's reach. You know,
Dodge did the same
they're
thing with the Viper.
they're doing the same thing with the Ford Ranger. You know,
Yeah.
you go out and get a fully loaded Ford Ranger, and you're going to pay the same price as you would for a fully loaded F-150. You're getting people on that nostalgia name.
The Raptor, or the Raptor, or the T-Rex, or whatever.
Oh yeah, the Raptor. Yeah, it's a Raptor. Well, the Raptor, what packaging? Raptors will run you 6 figures.
Jeez.
Yeah. So you go out and get like a King Ranch, you're going to pay like $75,000, right?
Well, yeah, you're going to buy a really nice house to get that. Me and my dad went to like.
Well, that depends on what city you're buying that really nice house in, because a really nice house here will still run you over $500,000.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, even
but if you're getting a house here,
a medium, yeah, I mean, a slightly higher above average house in Wichita Falls might still run you about $250,000 to $300,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so this isn't the 70s or the 80s. You can't buy a really nice house for $75,000 anymore, David. For fuck's sake. Denny Hamlin brought it home 4th. Chase Briscoe brought home the number 14 Stewart Haas Racing Ford home in 5th. William Byron was the standard bearer for Hendrick Motorsports on Sunday. Brought home the 24 Jeff Gordon inspired paint scheme, a throwback paint scheme in 6th. Bubba Wallace finished 7th. Alex Bowman in the Jimmy Johnson inspired paint scheme brought home the 48 car into 8th. And let me see here. Justin Haley, 9th. Michael McDowell, 10th. Now, Michael McDowell, there's a story about him that was brought out this week. I'll get to him in just a second. Ross Chastain in 11th. Chase Elliott in 12th. Christopher Bell came home 13th. Noah Gragson came home 14th. So while he did not maintain his consecutive streak of top 10s, he has maintained that consecutive streak of top 15s. So Noah Gragson, him and his team are dialing it up. They're putting solid finishes together. I mean, he started 36th. So I mean, he started dead last, and he still came home 14th. So it's still a pretty decent day, as far as I'm concerned. Todd Gilliland 15th, Corey LaJoy 16th, Ryan Preece 17th, Kaz Gralla 18th, Eric Jones 19th. Eric Jones made his first start since his back injury at the end of the Talladega race a couple of weeks ago. He started 30th and brought home his 43 Toyota for Legacy Motor Club 19th. Austin Cindric came home 20th. Joey Logano, God, yeah, I hate to see people like him have a bad day, but he brought it home 21st. Harrison Burton came home 22nd. In the 21 Wood Brothers Ford, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who finished signing, as we discussed last week or a couple weeks ago, a multi-year extension with his race team. He came home 23rd. Daniel Suarez 24th. Martin Truex Jr. started 10th, came home 25th. Harson Kosovar 26th. Kyle Busch 27th. He really just had a bad day. He started 11th, and it was just like they had a decent qualifying run. They just couldn't put the setup of the car together, and they couldn't take they couldn't bring they couldn't bring home, they couldn't dial the car in enough. Let me see here. Other notables. Kyle Larson came home 34th after starting 6th. He actually led for some laps on yesterday, but he had an accident. He finished several laps down because of a blown rear tire. So that was his day. And then Ryan Blaney got into an accident, and there's a policy in NASCAR. It's called the DVP. Which is the damaged vehicle policy. And no, David, that's not dual vaginal penetration. So just calm yourself.
Stop giving my hopes up then. Just stop giving my hopes up.
getting your hopes up.
Did you say deep dive vaginal penetration?
Yes.
I was
No, it was the dual vaginal penetration.
no alcohol.
No DP.
Sober for years.
Yeah, I mean, there's none
Sorry,
of that.
guys. Full disclosure. I haven't had sex since fucking COVID with my wife or my girlfriends or anybody.
Hey,
I'm just letting you know.
This is a sports show.
Yeah,
not
That
a
explains
fucking marriage
everything.
counsel.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't want sympathy though. No sympathy is necessary.
Good, because I'm going to
No,
ignore your call at 3 o'clock in the morning. And like we've stated to David several times, I want to be able to go to your funeral knowing we could have done something to avoid that outcome.
Yep. Is that why
Here's
we
the
keep
look that you're going to
those
see with the
weird
open casket.
Which end is going to be open? That's the question.
I mean, everybody's going to walk past your casket. They're going to be like, he looks so peaceful.
Half
I'm
of
gonna
me
walk-
is dead inside already, and then the other
God,
half
that
is dead
fucking stinks.
outside. So
Somebody get
Max-
some breeze.
Max does look like a person that goes through obituaries to pick up women. So just saying.
yeah, I'm like wedding crashers, except funeral crashers.
That's the way to shop
Hey,
for-
what's
hey,
what's
if you're in the New York City area, that's the way
elderly.
to look for those rent controlled apartments. You know, just browse the obituaries and then tip the doorman.
Well, I was gonna get a head start, get to like heaven's waiting room, i.e., like a living center for the elderly. That way, I can pimp some shit out while I still got some game in me. But I'll be like the young cat there with the limp, like a gangster, because of my injury. So I'm thinking, why not? So I make a call, right?
Hey, those STDs
young.
and steroids out there, dude. They'll
Yeah,
put
just
you
wrap
in
it up.
those.
Oh yeah, I heard there's like a thing with fucking. They got a color scheme going and everything else. I did some
Oh, they're all
research on it. Not like I was.
those the retirement homes.
Oh,
They're all
yeah.
freaks there.
Yeah, it's like the
Yeah.
terror. It's like
Yeah,
the
that's what
terror.
I'm saying. I'm like, fuck.
You remember back in the early 2000s, whenever Bush came out with the whole color code thing? Yeah.
The orange
I'm
alert.
Bush, all right.
Like the syphilis warning today is orange, you know.
Man, I'll take a chance. Fuck
STD
it.
forecast.
Yeah, right.
They got a shot for it. I'll give it a shot.
Cloudy with a chance of canker sores. Yeah, no, I get you.
Whatever. You go. It's like being in solitary confinement. You get to the point you don't even want to jerk off. You're like, fuck, I don't want to tease him. I don't want to give him any hope.
Next weekend is the NASCAR All-Star Race at North Wilkesboro Speedway. This is the second year in a row that North Wilkesboro has hosted this. So again, another shout out to Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the people involved with getting that racetrack revived and put back on the schedule. That's going to be an entire weekend of festivities. But the All-Star Open is going to be Sunday. The All-Star Open, it's a different kind of a format. It's almost like a heat race to try to transfer into the All-Star event. But the All-Star Open starts Sunday, May 19th at 4:30 p.m. Central Time, 5:30 Eastern. That also will be on FS1. That's going to be a motor racing network race. So it's the premier, the flagship network. It's also going to be on Sirius XM channel 90 or your Sirius XM app. It's going to be, again, this year I'm going to have to listen to the All-Star race on the radio, which is fine. I'm good with that. Because apparently the TV coverage has been rather shit here lately. Speaking of
the
TV
weather?
coverage, Dale Earnhardt Jr. came out with an announcement. He is going to be moving to TNT / Amazon Prime Sports next year for the NASCAR season because the broadcasting packages have been announced. Fox is going to handle the first 11 or 12 races of the season. And then there's going to be a stretch there at the early part of the summer, late part of spring, early part of summer, where Amazon Prime is going to be streaming the races. And then they're going to move over to TNT for the summer. And then NBC Sports is going to take over the remainder of the schedule and handle the playoffs.
I wonder when Netflix is going to start doing that stuff.
No, they're not, because Netflix
They're starting to do live stuff right now, though.
Well, they are, and I think that they're going to be really using the Tyson Paul fight coming up on June 20th. Is it June 20th? July 20th. As kind of a litmus test. for their live sports capabilities.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't look for Netflix to move into that area too much as far as like live sports, other than just the occasional boxing bout.
Special event kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be one of those once in a blue moon special event kind of a things, because the logistics alone. I mean, Amazon is already primed, no pun intended, to handle live sports like that, because they've been handling Thursday Night Football for the last couple of years now, and they've done a really good job of it as far as the presentation is going to be concerned. I'm really kind of excited to see how Dale Earnhardt Jr. handles being the anchor for the NASCAR coverage on Prime and TNT. And it's gonna, as far as like TNT, I mean, TNT had like the summer series for a while there, before the broadcasting rights got renegotiated by NASCAR a couple of years ago, where Fox and NBC split the coverage. It's gonna kind of kick it back a little bit. I would love to see kind of an old you remember, I don't know, Max, you might remember this more than the other two, but the TNN network, the Nashville network.
Hell yeah, I remember that.
Okay. You remember how the
Yeah, I
Nashville
remember that.
NASCAR races?
Mhm.
I would love to see that kind of coverage.
Oh, hell yeah.
Don't over glitz, don't over glam it with the with the graphics. Don't I don't care about all of that. Just give me the race and show me what's going on at the track. I mean, if we can see that the leader is well established by a few seconds, and there's nothing interesting happening around them, move further back in the field. Show me what's happening back in 15th. Show me what's happening back in 23rd. If there's a good battle happening out on the track, I want to see it.
I remember they used to do that.
Yeah,
They'd be all over the place.
Yeah, and like TNN or TNT rather, they would go through the field during their summer series. I loved that. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
you said, whenever there was a good battle going on, or if there was going to be a position change, they would throw that up on the screen, and you'd be able to catch it.
Absolutely. So, we're going to see what happens with Kyle Larson this coming weekend, depending on what his IndyCar schedule and commitments are going to be. Kevin Harvick may fill in and drive the number 5 car during the All-Star event, which I'm not opposed to at all. But with Memorial Day weekend coming up on the 26th of this month, that is the biggest weekend in motorsports history. And I mean, and that's an annual thing. You've got the Grand Prix of Monte Carlo. You've got the Indy 500, and then you've also got the Coca-Cola 600. Kyle Larson this year is slated for the double. It's the double. He's signing up for 1,100 miles of racing in one day. He's going to run the Indy 500 in the first part of the day, and then he's going to catch a plane, and they are going to book it to Charlotte, North Carolina, where he's going to be ferried over to the track to try to get back in time for the start of the Coke 600. Now there was a story that came out. Kyle Larson asked NASCAR that if by some chance he's able to win the Indy 500. Obviously his press commitments are going to keep him at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for a little bit longer than usual. And he asked NASCAR that if in the event that he wins the Indy 500, can they postpone the start of the race by just a little bit to allow him some time to get there? I don't think that there's been any word on whether or not NASCAR approved that request or not. I don't see why they wouldn't. I mean, if he crashes out of the race, or if he doesn't win, obviously he can hop right out of the car and get on a helicopter to the local airport, get on a private plane, and they can turn and burn, get him to North Carolina in time. The only thing that he might miss is the drivers' meeting, which would affect in the sense that he would have to start at the end of the tail end of the field, which is not uncommon as far as being a penalty. I know that Tony Stewart has had that happen to him once. Robbie Gordon back in the day when he used to run NASCAR. He ran the Indy 500. He did the double a couple of times. He missed the drivers meeting once, and he had to go to the tail end for the start of the race. But it's a 600-mile event for the NASCAR race. It's NASCAR's biggest night, basically, where they run fallen military heroes names on the windshields. They all run patriotic paint schemes. The Goodyear brings a tire with the sidewalls, marked "Honor the Fallen" on them. I mean, it's a whole deal, and it's one of the few nights out of the season where I'm not just content watching it. I mean, listening to it on the radio, I want to watch that particular race on TV. Just because, I mean, just everything involved with it, the stories that the TV crew tells about different names on the windshields, things like that, and just seeing it from the competition standpoint, from the engine designer standpoint. I mean, they're having to build these engines to endure 600 miles of just outright hardcore racing. And if the product that we saw at Kansas Speedway with the 1.5 mile package is any kind of indication, we're going to see one hell of a show at Charlotte Motor Speedway on Memorial Day weekend.
Okay, you're talking about who's the guy that, I'm sorry if I can't remember the guy's name. The guy that has to like speed up to the
Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson. I was making sure. But do they have the vehicles already there?
Yeah.
Okay. They have the vehicle at that one point, and then
his Indy car is going to be at his Indy car is going to be at Indy, and his number 5 Camaro is already going to be loaded up and at the track for the Coke 600. The only thing that Kyle Larson may not do is going to be the qualifying for the Coke 600. So he may have a backup driver qualifying his car for him. I don't know. I mean, we'll see
how does that affect him running if he has somebody else
car that's qualifying, not the driver.
Gotcha.
So, like I said, the only thing that might affect his actual starting position at the beginning of the race is whether or not he misses the driver's meeting, or if he misses driver introductions, that kind of a situation. But if he wins the Indy 500, NASCAR may pull an audible, or they may call an audible rather, and just delay the start of the race. I mean, you're going to get a lot of fans from a lot of other drivers. They're going to be like, screw that guy. He doesn't need special treatment. Who does he think he is? But at the same time, this would be a really good PR move for NASCAR, as far as like inviting a wider fan base into the sport, specifically speaking to IndyCar fans.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to get a guy that's just won the Indianapolis 500, also going to run the Coke 600, and you're going to start the race on time, and he's going to have to basically be penalized for winning another race in the same day. I just don't see that being a good thing for NASCAR. So
right.
I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. I mean, the odds of him winning that race are pretty high. Pretty low rather. But Kyle Larson's one of these guys. I mean, he's out there running at speed during like practice days up at Indy in his Indy car. I mean, most rookies that run that track in those style cars for the very first time are, they usually run pretty timid laps, and he was out there running top 10 speeds with a lot of the veterans.
Oh.
And I mean, it really caught a lot of people off guard and surprised a lot of people. They were like, I mean, apparently Kyle Larson can drive. I mean, but those of us who have been following Kyle Larson in his career, both on and off the NASCAR circuit, know this kid can drive. He's been catching a lot of shit lately, just because of the things that he's been doing. He needs to be committed to NASCAR. Like, well, that's not necessarily the case. I mean, he's committed to winning a championship for Rick Hendrick. but he does have a personal life. He does have other vested interests, and he's not the first driver that wants to run the double. So, I mean, yeah, he's going to run the double on Memorial Day weekend. But like like last week, I think it was, or week before last, a few days ago, he took his wife and his daughter for her birthday to Paris, France, to see a Taylor Swift concert. And he's catching 10 shades of hell about it. And I'm like, you know what? You can't sit there and tell me that if your little girl wanted to see Taylor Swift and you didn't have the disposable income to do so, that you wouldn't fly that little girl to the ends of the earth to make sure that her dream came true, right?
Yeah. It's what
I
it's
mean,
one of the things. If I had the money, I would be doing some weird stuff to hang out with my daughter.
yeah. I mean, it's like if I had the money, I would never tell anybody that had that kind of money, but there would be signs.
People would know.
You know, I mean, for example, like my daughter, she doesn't like Taylor Swift, but you know, like if My Chemical Romance or, you know, had like a weird one-off reunion concert somewhere, and I had the money, I would pay for the connecting flights and I would personally escort her backstage, kind of a deal.
Yeah.
You know, but people who, you know, a lot of these people that comment and say that, well, that's just terrible, and who does he think he is? It's like,
they don't have the money to do something like that.
Don't hate on somebody's, you know, ability just because your life is average. I mean, I have an average life, you know, compared to a lot of, you know, in the grand scheme of things, and I'm fine with that. I'm completely content with where I am in life. You know, well, that's not entirely true. You're always going to want better for yourself, but don't downplay somebody else because they've obtained a certain ability because of their financial situation.
Right.
People always do that. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, and besides that, I mean, the most important thing is that it's like, it's not your money, so why do you care?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let him spend his money. I mean, so what if it was what you deem to be excessive and over the top lavish?
Yeah.
It's not your
in
kid.
any way.
Well,
I mean, at the end of the day, his little girl, that's a core memory right there. Sleep Token, is that
you'd be surprised. It's probably a band. Yes.
Yeah, it more than likely is a band.
But also, it's like just recently, I've been able to, like, financially to put some money back finally, and it's to the point to where I'm getting, you know, a fair share amount of money. I showed my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law makes double what I make. And I finally showed him. I was like, dude, check this out. And I showed him my base name. It's like, I'm not trying to like boast or anything like that. He's like, I got it. I was like, I'm not living paycheck by paycheck anymore. You know how horrible that is for a while? Living paycheck by paycheck.
Yes, I do.
Everybody does. Yeah. But once you get like financially, you know, stable, I started doing stuff that I'm going to the gym now. I'm so fucking happy about myself. I'm not saying that money's not getting spent on ridiculous stuff. I mean, I'm going to the gym, I'm working out, even doing that. Just that kind of quality of life, like, benefits you so much.
Yeah.
Health scale, less stress.
I don't fault him for that at all. I really don't. And, you know, so what if I mean, if people, if you look in the Concord, Kannapolis, Charlotte, North Carolina area, where a majority of these NASCAR teams are centered and headquartered, look around the Lake Norman area. Okay. The property value there has gone up exponentially because of the amount of NASCAR drivers and team owners that live there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's not because, I mean, yeah, they want to live there and they can afford to live there, so they choose to live there. you know, if you're gonna have this feigned indignation about how Kyle Larson spends his money on his family, make a picket sign and go stand outside the subdivision or the neighborhood entrance around Lake Norman
Right.
and tell me exactly how long that little protest lasts.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of putting that out there. But yeah, I mean, we've going back to last season. I mean, David, you and Chris got to see just how much Kyle Larson, Hendrick Motorsports fan that I am. But I mean, it's. I mean, I like the Hendrick Motorsports camp. I do. You know, I like Kyle Larson, especially. I mean, I think the guy's got a lot of talent. You know, my wife brought it up the other day or yesterday. You know, because I told you I was going to make everybody listen to the race in the car, even though it was Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I mean, she was actively asking questions. Like, she's just like, well, what did they mean by this? And I was like, okay, well, this is what they're talking about. And she's like, wait, so your guy, you like him even though he's from California? I'm like, yeah, the kid's got skill. I mean, as long as he's got skill, fine.
Game recognizes game.
Right. And, you know, and it's like the dirty little secret, the running joke is, yeah, I was born in San Diego, but it's not my fault. Right. My dad was in the Navy at the time that I was born, and he consistently sticks by this story. He tells everybody that he tried to get leave to bring my mom back to Texas so I could be born in Texas. And he couldn't get leave. And I'm like, I mean, okay, I can't fault you for that. He tried. So, you know, I don't claim California at all. When people ask me where I'm from Texas.
Fair.
That's pure. I have lived a majority of my life within the confines of the great state of Texas. So I'm unabashedly Texan. I may not be native, but you know, still it's that slogan. I wasn't born in Texas, but I got here as fast as I could.
I'm the only native Texan. That's what you're saying. So.
Yeah, but you're like North Texas, so I don't know if that really counts.
No, it's
That's like South Oklahoma.
My dad. Okay. Funny story. Funny story.
Well, you know why Texas hasn't fallen off into the Gulf of Mexico yet, have you?
Oklahoma sucks.
Yeah, Oklahoma sucks that hard.
Yeah.
I mean, and the only reason why,
kind of funny, which is kind of funny because my mom and dad went to Oklahoma for to visit somebody, and my dad thought she was going in labor. He literally tells me, he's like, man, my son wasn't going to be born in Oklahoma, so I had to fucking gas it.
Close your legs, honey. We're gonna make it.
Basically,
I see the scene from the opening scene of Talladega Nights. You know, Gary Cole. He's got Jane Lynch in the back seat, and he's hauling ass. He's like, "Baby, hold on, we're almost there."
Yep.
All right, so the Boston Celtics just wrapped up Game 4. They lead their series against the Cleveland Cavaliers 3-1 with a 109-102 victory over the Cleveland Cavaliers. Later on tonight, 8:30. So here in just a few minutes rather, the Oklahoma City Thunder are going to tip off against Dallas in Dallas for Game 4 of that series. Dallas leads that series 2-1. Tomorrow night it's going to be Indiana at the Knicks. That series is tied up 2 games apiece, as well as the Minnesota Denver series. That game tips off tomorrow night as well. Yeah, so if you're tuning in and you're like, why is Johnny talking about the NBA? Well, it's because it's the playoffs and I don't have to talk about basketball for very long. Sure. Just being completely honest. I'm honestly looking at probable conference championship matchups, and it's probably going to end up being Dallas versus Boston. And as much as I like Dallas, I'm going to, just by pure conviction alone, have to root for the Celtics on that one. I'm just saying. And
It's kind of funny that the Mavericks are in the playoffs and Cuban sold the team.
well, he sold his majority share, so he still has a stake in the team. He just doesn't have a majority ownership anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do find that funny. You know, it's like, okay, so we got rid of our t-shirt wearing boss that likes to, catch fines because he can't keep from
I'm
yelling.
just saying, if Jerry Jones did the same thing,
Yeah, if
you
Jerry
wouldn't-
Jones did the same thing and sold his controlling shares to his kids,
Oh,
you know,
that's all I want for Christmas is that very scenario.
there's a video. There a restaurant in the Carolina area.
Mm.
There was a restaurant that on draft day had a sign out front that said, "Let the coach and GM pick." Right? The GM and the owner saw the sign and walked into this restaurant.
I mean,
So the owner of the restaurant was just like, he wasn't faded at all. He was just kind of like, yeah, I put that out there. Yeah.
yeah, that's kind
Hey,
of
you guys have a good day. I got a store to run.
you're not gonna fucking do it, are you? Sons of bitches.
Johnny, question for you on the basketball part of things. With your matchup prediction of East and West in the finals of Dallas and Boston,
Well, no,
do you have a favorite?
But no.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't fail. I said conference championship matchups.
Conference championships. I apologize. Do you think that they could potentially, on both ends, on the East and the West, being Boston and being Dallas, could potentially meet up in the finals?
No, because Dallas and Boston are in the same conference. They're in the Eastern Conference, and you got Minnesota, Denver, Indianapolis, and the Knicks. Oh, let me see here. Hold on just a minute here.
Dallas is in the West, and
Yeah, Dallas.
Dallas is in the
East.
West. No, you're right. Never mind. Yeah. So, yeah, I was wrong. I would love to see a Boston Dallas
I
final.
don't know. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, that would actually be a really
Do you think
solid
that
series.
Boston would?
As long as Boston doesn't do what Boston normally does this late in the playoffs and shoot themselves in the foot, I think that they could put it together. I don't think they're. You get Kyrie Irving, who used to play in Boston. I mean, he's going to catch a lot of flack when he comes back to TD Garden, but I think it would be a solid series. Honestly, I think it would be kind of nice to see a chance at a repeat champion. We haven't seen that since the Bulls. So I think Denver trying to make a run back at it would kind of be nice. But I don't know. Like I said, a series between Dallas and Boston would be entertaining. Very much so. Absolutely entertaining. So I don't know, it's something to watch for, but if it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, so right now we've got we're gonna talk about some hockey here. David, I don't. You and I talked about this pre-show. Just don't. I got this. I told you I got this. Okay. Right now, with a minute left in the third period, Carolina's leading the New York Rangers 4 goals to 1. Let me see here. Carolina is actually, let me see here. They actually trail in that series 3-1 to the Rangers. So they're doing this. I mean, they're going to extend their season, obviously, with the win tonight, because I don't see New York scoring 3 goals. I don't see them scoring an equalizer and the go ahead with 48 seconds left in the game. So, I mean, even if Carolina were to pull their goalie and go empty net for the last 36. That's not. Yeah, Carolina's going to pick this one up. It's going to be a 3-2 series. It's going to be an entertaining series going forward. But let me see here. Dallas leads their series against the Avalanche 2-1. Their puck drops at 8:30 tonight, so should have been actually underway. So I think that their game is being delayed until the end of the Carolina. Actually, that game just went final. So Dallas and Colorado are gonna face off here shortly. Vancouver's leading their series 2-1 over the Edmonton Oilers. They play tomorrow night at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. Here's my beef. I've got Boston is at Florida tomorrow night for a 6:00 puck drop. Florida leads that series 3-1. And there's absolutely no reason for it. None. Boston has proven that they can, that they can play and that they can overcome adversity. But for whatever reason, and this might be a new budding rivalry, I'm not entirely sure. It certainly feels that way. But Boston and the Florida Panthers in the playoffs, the last 2 years has been all Florida. Now, last year, Boston did get to a 3-1 lead in their opening round series before blowing that 3-1 lead and losing and getting kicked out the first round, which sucked because the Boston Bruins last year had the best NHL regular season record and points record ever in the NHL. They won the President's Cup last year, and then they get bounced in the first round. It wasn't a good look at all. They played Linus Ullmark in the net a lot last year for that first round. And then once the series was over, it was revealed that Linus Ullmark played a majority of his games in that first round of the playoffs injured, while we had then rookie goaltender Jeremy Swayman kind of sitting there twiddling his thumbs and just, waiting to be put into a game. Now that's kind of been the same.
I was doing a solo layout.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that, because then people are seeing my bags of pork rinds here. It's been kind of the same thought process this year. It's like, oh well, Linus Ullmark, he didn't really play in the first round, and when he did, we didn't do so well. So Jeremy Swayman really kind of took point there, in the net, and was damn near a brick wall. It took, it took the Toronto Maple Leafs. They took the Toronto Maple Leafs all the way to Game 7, and then overtime in that Game 7 to win that series. But they managed to get the job done, and they need to win tomorrow night. Absolutely need to win tomorrow night. Jeremy Swayman came out and he said he's confident that they can overcome that 3-1 deficit and that they can continue to extend that series, but they have to win Game 5 tomorrow night. If they can win Game 5, you can almost, I don't want to equate this to the 2004 Boston Red Sox, because obviously Boston came out, to a 6 goals to 2 win in Game 1 of the series, and then Florida fired off the next 3 wins. But I think that the officiating in this series has been very suspect, to say the very least. There was an incident with Brad Marchand where from every other angle, it looked like a clean hit, but with the multiple angles that are available these days in sports, Brad Marchand he was on the receiving end of a very cheap shot. I mean, it was a dirty hit. The NHL basically all but came out and admitted it. There's nothing they can do about it now. I mean, they could always suspend that player, but they're not going to, because then then they're going to lose all that money from the Florida markets, and it's just a whole.
Yeah, and
But and I know that David's chomping at the bit here, but
yes,
game 2, Florida won 6-1 on Wednesday when they evened the series at a game apiece. But there was 136 penalty minutes that were handed out in the third period alone.
yeah.
When you think about that in the grand scheme of things, the periods are only 20 minutes each. They handed out 136 penalty minutes in just the third period alone.
Yeah.
It was the first playoff game in which both teams accumulated over 70 penalty minutes since 2015. Now, the Bruins had 87 penalty minutes, the most in a playoff game since since 1988, when 79 came in the third period. Now, 67 minutes of that belonged to the Panthers. Or 67 of the Panthers' 71 penalty minutes came in the third period. Now, both teams combined for 17 penalties in the final frame. It was highlighted by a multiple player brawl that included a fight between Panthers' Matthew Tkachuk and Bruins' David Pastrnak. Now, a lot of this is stemming from the cheap hit on Brad Marchand.
Mm-hmm. Well, even
going back to last year, the playoff series between Boston and Florida last year, Florida got away with a lot last year, and they're continuing to get away with a lot this year. And it just kind of seems like over the broad spectrum of professional sports refereeing or officiating, rather, that there's been a definite decline in the quality of the calls. There's been a definite decline in the consistency of the calls. Those being penalized more often than the other for the same exact thing.
Well, those enforcers are going to come out. The enforcers got to do their job, honestly, on some of the cases.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a slack enforcer, and yes, there's literally a thing in hockey. They're called enforcers, and anytime someone's like, they're basically the fighters.
Yeah.
They're the big time brawlers, and that's their job. A lot of teams pay these people good money.
Yeah, they're affectionately referred to as goons. Yeah,
goons.
But the enforcers need to do their jobs. They need to set the tone. But to a certain point, with the level of competition being what it is today in hockey, this late in the playoffs, your enforcers need to be, yes, they need to send a message, and they need to set the tone, but at the same time, they need to do it without hurting their own team.
No, yeah.
You can body check somebody into oblivion, into the boards, and be considered clean. I mean, the occasional fight where you get the 2-minute penalty for fighting. That's acceptable. But when you rack up 136 penalty minutes between two teams, something needs to be done.
That's actually not the biggest amount.
Well, I know that, and I stated that earlier when I was reading from the article on ESPN.com. But
I found the most. It was the Philadelphia Flyers and Ottawa Senators.
Yeah.
419 minutes.
Is that one Is that one period, or is that a game?
That's a game. You can watch the brawl. It was like in 2004.
Yeah,
dude.
But
dude,
here's the thing, though.
It was massive. It was just
getting back to the officiating comments here. It's a situation where we're being subjected to referees kind of injecting themselves into the storyline.
Yeah.
Officials should be that invisible, force. They they're there, but they're not the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
You know, the only time that an official's name should be talked about in the news at all as it relates to a game that they called was about their accuracy and the excellence thereof.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be, you know, shouldn't be about anything else. Keep your eyes open. Look for the
Every
dirty hits.
sport that you've
Look
talked
for the dirty hits. Look for the cheap shots, and call people on it.
Yeah.
Because when you start doing things, you know, to kind of pull baseball back into this,
I mean, you
Manny Machado,
rep.
Hands down, Manny Machado, probably one of the dirtiest players that I remember in modern history. Okay, recent memory. Let me put it that way. I mean, he stepped on people's ankles running, you know, through first. He basically single-handedly ended Dustin Pedroia's career by sliding cleats up into Pedroia's knee on a takeout slide. It's like, okay, takeout slide, fine. Use your knees. Knee on knee contact, that's recoverable. But when you cleat somebody at that speed, come on, man. You know, that's Bush League at its best. Okay.
But you've called out a lot of times the refs are mostly at fault for stuff like that because they
are. Yeah, and they refuse to call penalty minutes. They refuse to hand out penalties for a lot of these egregious, you know, violations of things like contact rules, you know, conduct rules, fighting, things of that nature, unsportsmanlike conducts, pass interference when you're talking about the NFL. You know,
honestly, though, and this is the occasion of the Philadelphia Flyers and the seniors. And
say it with me, Senators. Thank you.
Senators. There is literally one guy that they were going after, and everybody knew this. And the team finally got fed up with that guy, and the whole team, like one guy went after that player, and then it just escalated after that. And
yeah,
this is almost the same. This is like almost the same thing. People are getting fed up with Florida. They're just sliding in a little bit, and they're literally should be being watched.
Yeah. Now there needs to be a more I mean, you need to let the teams play. I'm not saying lock everything down, but as far as like the dirty hits, the cheap hits, you got to call those, because those are going to affect, you know, those are going to affect the outcomes of games.
Yeah.
By intentionally injuring another player. You know, and when you're dealing with hockey, I mean, you got sticks, you got skates, dude.
Literally have blades on your feet.
Yeah. I mean,
there was one instance, one guy
he had his jugular cut.
Yeah.
They took him to the hospital, and while he's getting stitched up in the emergency room, he looks at the doctor and says, "Can you hurry this up, because I need to get back for the third period."
Yeah.
You know,
some tough bitches.
So I did state that we were not going to have Colin tonight, but he just texted me. He said the thing is over. I can pop in if that's okay.
Hey,
you're going to have joke time with Colin tonight, people.
Nice.
Yay!
So, and we can legitimately have him, and we can BS for like the next 45 minutes and still hit our traditional 2-hour mark.
Yeah,
because we got all the sports covered. So, but it's
there is something. Y'all talked about Rice, the Kansas City Chiefs guy, right? Last week.
It was last week before last. Yeah, I mean, Max went over that because I mean that's really his jam. He's the Chiefs guy.
Yeah.
He's more the football dude. But yeah, he did touch up on that.
What
Yeah.
it, what about that one player? Because I put it in the comments and I don't think you read it, but that one player that was like on third base or something, and he got called to the major leagues from a minor league, and he literally had to walk
yeah.
off the field.
Yeah.
No, he hits a triple, and then he gets pulled out of the game because he got called up to the majors.
Yeah, they called in a pinch runner.
Pinch runner. Yeah,
It was him and I believe it was one of the outfielders too.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, one
Yeah,
of the outfielders from the other team. Yeah,
Yeah.
they both got pulled mid game and was told, "Hey, you got called. You're going to the big
Yeah.
league."
Go grab your stuff. You're going up.
Yeah, I mean, that's a hell of a way to go.
That's
Honestly.
But they didn't even tell him. They just literally walked up to him and was like, "Get your stuff. Come on, you're coming over." And he's like, "Okay."
Like, I
Like,
just hit a
where's
triple.
the-
Why? He's
Yeah.
like,
Come on, you go.
like, what did I do? I just hit a triple. Like, that's like short of hitting a home run. That's like the best thing I could do right now. In fact, hitting
Even
that's the hardest
it would
thing to do.
be if it would be any
Like, oh, you just got the call. You're graduating, kid. Come on, shut up.
yeah. It'd be even
I
better.
would say it's harder to hit a triple than it is to hit a home run.
It is because you know that there's you got to leg that out.
Yep.
Yeah,
But-
you got to work the pathways.
The base lane or the bases. The running lane. Yeah, the base way.
That's
I love you, David. You're just so cute sometimes. It's
so
it's
adorable.
hilarious. It is. It really is adorable.
It's so awesome because it's like people believe in me and I let them down each and every time.
Yeah, but like God, we choose to love you every day, unconditionally, regardless.
Yeah, thanks.
You're like a really good dog, like a rescue dog you get, and he's just adorable, but God, he's just dumb as a box of rocks.
Doesn't matter how many times you shit on the floor, boy. When you sit there and you prance, you do the little thing with your paws. It's adorable.
You do your little hands, and
It buys you another day in the
and then
house.
you bark a little bit, and it's yeah. God damn it, we just can't be mad at you.
Yeah, of course, David wants to highlight that comment because
Yeah, but Maria, you're biased though. Come on, admit it.
you like the way that his back hair feels as it rubs against your cheek. It's like an exfoliating loofah. That's what it is.
It's a rejuvenating loofah. It's usually got to pay extra for that.
Yeah.
It's like Spa David Bella or something like that. It's like I don't know. It's like
Did you get everything fixed, Max?
she was like, "What the fuck, bro? I thought we were friends."
All I'm going to say is that Robert Kraft will tell you the truth about exfoliating after a massage. Any massage.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just testing the mic. I'm testing the mic. This is a microphone test. This is not a shot against Robert Kraft and his massage happy endings.
Hints they couldn't.
I'm glad that he can still be able to function at that.
no, this one does
glad
not
he
have
did
echo.
that, is what I'm
You're
saying.
good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You
I
might
don't
want
know
to turn
what,
it
I
down.
don't know what it is.
Background noise.
Is that
Or is that
Colin or is that
Turn
Max?
it
Colin,
down
put your
with
hand-
Robert Kraft like Tom Brady came with the Jeff Ross.
Yeah, it's Colin.
Colin, put your headset on, bud.
He has a fan right next to him, doesn't he?
Probably.
No,
Yeah, you
it's
can go into the settings and hit up the echo cancellation. Cancel echo.
Echo.
Yeah, I hit the cancel button of the echoes, and then I
Maria has
also
never
turned it
seen
off.
his back, but she has gotten hugs from David, and those of us who have met David in person understand that he has chia pets on his forearms.
I do.
So that's where the
Chia.
exfoliation comes from.
Yeah.
Like he covers himself in chia seeds.
No, no. He is like he's a Harry Pollock is basically what he is, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, why don't you just like?
Yeah.
All right, I got you. I thought he was on some kind of crazy health kick and shit. Like he covers himself in chia seeds while he meditates in the nude on Wednesdays. In
Bro, we
between
know,
thinking of
hey,
things
look,
to talk about during
unless
the
you want
show.
the boot, Max, don't put that imagery in our head. Come on, man.
Did I? That
Damn.
was possession, or you using the force
Hammer
on
is
me
the
again?
thing. You can ask David, okay?
I think you force fucked me. I think you did. I think you got me. Like, wow, thank you. It's been since COVID. I told you, I'll take anything.
That's the most action he's had all year.
Yes, yes. Felt so good. I feel so guilty though. Should I tell my wife no? Because not only have I cheated, but now there might be a hint of gay, and I hope not. But fuck it.
Well, I mean, everybody's got like that list, that
with-
Mount Rushmore of dudes that they would go gay for about 20 minutes.
With
Ryan
David,
Reynolds,
it'd be more like
20, 25, 30,
Ryan
35,
Reynolds.
40.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
Mhm. Henry Cavill.
Yeah, Henry Cavill. Yeah, absolutely. Back in the day, Sean Connery.
Brad Pitt.
Like
Oh,
James
yeah.
Bond, Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
What would be the
Shaken,
fourth?
not stirred. He already tells you how he likes it. You know what I mean?
Mark Wahlberg.
What?
Mark Wahlberg?
What?
Really, dude?
Wahlberg?
No.
I mean, just
Jason,
because you
Momoa.
had like,
Jason
Bond-
Momoa would be he would
Yeah.
come afterwards.
We couldn't handle 20 minutes. You damn right.
Yep.
I agree 100% with you, Maria.
Be like
I
that.
cannot
college
be gay
kid,
for
that
20
college
minutes.
co-ed. There was
Yes,
an
20
article that got
minutes
released
far
over
too
the
long.
weekend. There was a college co-ed that got put in the emergency room because she did like an audition taping with Johnny Sims. Like he
Which
literally
generation?
broke her.
What career field was he in this time?
Oh, he's a corn actor.
No, I know who he is.
we know who he is, but what? Because he's usually like a military guy, a doctor.
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea.
What?
I mean, he might have been playing like the producer, with the casting couch.
Yes. The classics.
God.
You said he's a corn actor, like he dresses up like a scarecrow.
No.
and shit?
No,
He,
because we can't use the P word without getting flagged.
yeah, he does.
Oh shit!
Entertainment. You can
All
say
right,
it, though.
I'm not.
Yeah,
All right,
just like we have to say Oscar Foxtrot and yeah,
yeah.
for those OF pages.
Of the
Yeah.
of pages.
Like if imaginary friends.
all right. So, all right, just in case. All right,
That
all right, I got you.
that was a free plug for the new Steve Carell, movie.
Cha-ching.
Yeah,
Ryan
absolutely.
Reynolds, we expect to hear
Yeah.
from you soon.
Absolutely. I mean, come on.
Big bucks, baby.
Told you to put pants on. You're creeping everybody out. They better leave that one in the movie.
Somebody else doesn't have pants on. I mean,
Why do you think
the
my
movie?
camera stops at like right about here?
Yeah, I mean, I had to adjust everything because of the new angle that I've been using for the last couple of months. So it's like
You
it's
do
like
it
watching
to make
evening
sure.
news.
This is why we
You know,
don't have see-through
They got
table.
the nice business suit with the tailored coat, but below they're wearing like board shorts and flip flops. Yeah.
Are you fucking looking at me through my eyes? Do you have a camera on me? How do I look?
Mhm.
I don't know how you're doing it, but you're like magic. You're like a white David Blaine that's good at his job. You know what I mean?
Like a white David.
How do you think I
There's
landed
white
my
magician.
wife?
I just so now I'm sorry. You're a non-Latino, non B word. Hold on. It's like fucking charades now. I don't even know what to do. I don't
A
know.
lot of
I don't know,
assumptions being
guys.
made here.
That's
You're in a minefield, Max. Be
Max,
careful.
Max,
Careful.
Max, go ahead. I'm just
It's
gonna. I'm
it's
gonna
not a
advise-
minefield.
Max, I'm going
It's
to
like I
advise you.
went to swim on the fucking shores of
Max.
Normandy and
Max, I'm going to advise you to go into a cold status and cease fire right now.
The range is closed at this time.
Yeah, the range is now officially been closed. I am trying to prevent you from having to look up to see down. Okay.
And you almost killed like your.
I mean, for those of you who are just joining our fiasco here, Max has officially become a regular for the Nerd Sports Show. You know it.
But
We don't
break him in somehow.
Yeah,
we don't want to revoke his parking pass before he has a chance to paint his name on the sign. So
Yeah.
so but
Well, no,
Yeah.
Max is actually a new host for us. We're gonna have him on constantly, just because
One of us.
one of us. I'm super stoked that actually we could get him.
Absolutely.
now if he would just return the favor and have us on his show, that would be kind of nice.
Right?
He's like the 1950s jock back in the high school jock. It was like you had to date the cheerleader, but you couldn't be seen cavorting with the minority chicks on the weekend.
Right.
He's like the closet Klansman. It's like like.
Is that dark humor?
He holds his Grand Wizard card.
I mean, I don't even know anymore. Can I say Negro League at least? For fuck's sakes. I mean, I don't even know. I don't know. Where am I? What universe do I live in that I can't even speak my mind? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know.
Cannot believe you just said that. Oh my God.
Oh my God. I swear to God, I said, I want you to separate the colors and the whites. And my wife, she looks at me. I said, the fucking laundry. I was like, fuck.
Yes.
Like, this is bullshit. I'm
We
not
have-
taking it
We
anymore.
have integrated washing machines now, Max.
Then I was really fucking freaked out. You think that's something? My fucking son freaked me the fuck out. He's like, holy shit, Dad, the fucking dishwasher's broken. I'm like, fuck. I lift my bitch ass upstairs. I said, what the fuck's wrong with Mom?
Oh.
Yeah, it was fucking. I had to fucking do this shit, you son of a bitch.
One day
And
after,
Sorry.
Max is also a hot start with our female audience. I'm just kind
one
of
day after Mother's Day.
right after Mother's Day.
20 points.
When was Mother's Day? Did I miss Mother's Day?
She took 20 points from Gryffindor. Oh my God, 500 points from Gryffindor. Holy crap.
Oh man.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I thought that got an Indigenous Peoples Day or some other shit day. It isn't. My bad. So that explains a little bit. All right. Hey, listen. You know,
Hell, you're not even allowed to call them Eskimos anymore, apparently.
And yet you just
Oh,
uttered
good.
that word, David.
Literally.
Congratulations.
Right there. Wow.
yeah, God forbid there's somebody in Alaska right now that's like, holy shit, in my igloo? Fuck that.
It's not like pushed in all the way.
That's what she said.
I know.
You notice how after he uttered that word, we lost all of our viewers.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
I
believe
think I
that.
can bust more than one nut here, or what are you guys doing here? Are you crazy?
Are you, well, you gotta
Poor
get called.
Colin. Poor Colin's just been sitting there this whole time.
Yeah.
I don't think he's like,
There's this
What kind of
Hey,
cluster
at this point,
Yeah,
Colin
I
wishes he was
would
Kellen
too.
fucking Keller. That's all I gotta say.
there's a small
It's like
tear.
my eyes, my ears, they're both gonna bleed. I'm just waiting to see which one happens first.
Colin's my kid, and I know he's heard me utter this phrase more than once, but he's sitting there, he logs in, he's patiently listening to everything going on. He's like, I've been around the world 4 times. I've seen 3 goat rodeos and 2 World's Fairs in Omaha, and I've still never seen anything as fucked up as what I'm watching right now. See?
I would just like to say, Maria, I apologize. I deserve
she's not
way
even
more
here
than
anymore,
a
dude.
500-point deduction.
She's not
But
even here
I do
anymore.
apologize. I love women.
She showed herself out, you know. I mean,
Like, no.
Is it me?
This course,
Max, don't worry. Some of the jokes I've told on this podcast.
oh, he's been way worse than that. Trust
Oh,
me.
Oh yeah.
way worse. Yeah.
See,
Is
Maria,
he
this
still got
is
that
why.
he-
Oh, that was joke
He
time?
still has that adorable thing going on, whereas you're just hairy like the rest of us.
This is why Maria lost her super fan status.
So I'm the oldest guy, but I've got the least amount of hair. Colin's got more hair in his balls than I got in my whole body. That's true. I haven't seen Colin's balls, Johnny. I'm not
Thank you. That's a
saying.
good save right there. That was an excellent save.
All I'm saying is I'm trying to work up
That's
the fucking
blue
Chris status, but I got this gray shit beard with its fucking patches, and you can call me patches all you want. But I'm just laying the facts fucking down.
Patches are
And
cool.
fuck
I
you
mean,
guys
you-
if you think I'm a winning fisherman
you-
yet. It's
You
not.
do smell like stale piss. I'm just,
I only smell like stale piss when I don't change. So I'd like to just clear that up for the record. I don't want any kind of bullshit out there.
just don't
inaccurate
walk
about
under
me.
any signs that say "Luck of the Irish." Just don't. Stay away from those.
I don't have any. I don't even know. No, it won't happen. Nothing to worry about. I want to hear Colin make me laugh
Without
because I already
further
had you guys
ado,
make me come. So
Here we are, rising from the smoke and haze of desolation. It's much too foggy, but it's a Ronin, bent on wrongdoing that which has been said right. But here, for your ears and your eyes, even to feast upon, I mean, it's somebody's genetic code. But ladies, gentlemen, angry faithful, all ages, it's that time again for joke time with Colin.
I don't got any jokes.
What?
Look. I got home. I saw the podcast was still going, and I'm like,
That's information that I need ahead of time.
Yes.
What?
I
At
built you
what
up.
point during the
I built
intro
you up.
did
At
you?
the beginning of the show, I put out a programming note that says we will not have joke time with Colin tonight because Colin has other commitments. And then you text me, says the thing is over. I can pop in if that's okay. With no other information, I felt that it was safe to deduct from that you, my fine feathered friend, would have some material to drop upon our souls this evening. But no, you come in here with your looks expecting lavish fanfare and with no return at all. Not even a rub on the shoulders or a hi, hello, my name is. You just stick it in dry. What's going on there? I don't understand.
Fine. You want a joke? Helen Keller is still better than the NFL replacement refs.
Yeah, that's true.
Cannot lie with that.
it's not a
You cannot argue with
joke
that.
so much
that was
as-
entertaining. If anybody remembers that was awesome. That was
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, that was almost as entertaining as the replacement players back in the 80s. Remember that?
I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Back in
87. Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wait a minute. Hold on. What the fuck? Do you guys remember that shit?
Yeah, I had to look it up. That's the only reason why I know.
Oh,
it.
I remember that.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember that.
So you're amongst the group of people that are, what's the word I'm looking for?
Old?
I'm
Older?
just saying. Oh, yes.
Fine
I
wine.
was saying this thing of distinguished, but yeah, that thing, yeah.
Yeah, we're off.
Right, so we're talking.
I'm that special reserve brew of beer. Yeah, absolutely.
Hold on, wait. I got no joke.
Okay.
I've been making all these Helen Keller jokes, but I will say, Helen Keller jokes are definitely unacceptable.
I don't get that.
How do you really
Definitely deaf.
definitely?
Okay. Okay.
It's about inflection.
Why do you think he
Dick.
emphasized the deaf indefinitely.
Gotcha.
You know, preparatory command of execution. It's about the inflection.
No, I did emphasize the death.
No, not you. I'm
Yeah,
talking.
no,
about
you
No,
were.
no, you
executed.
You did a good job.
You understood the assignment.
I blinked out.
David, on the other hand, with his Sky Janitor background, doesn't understand DNC.
Nope.
Yeah, pretty much.
David, that's drill and ceremony.
Oh shit! Thank God I didn't guess. Fuck me. Oh, it does not come. All right. Whew.
I gotta say,
You're welcome.
I why did I do this to myself?
Nobody knows.
I caused all of this.
Nobody
I-
knows.
Legitimately.
Because
Well,
the
this is,
hanger
this
didn't-
is like that TikTok you showed me you sent me the other day, where it was everybody,
yeah.
that one person in the friend group that just gets fucking roasted mercilessly for no reason.
I mean, I was going to suggest the theory that maybe the hanger didn't work.
Just say like it wasn't
Was that a joke about the big A word?
completely missed.
Fucking
You know,
time and
It was about 15% effective.
I mean, I got out and then I figured out how to dodge, dive,
Yes,
and
I
dodge.
mean, like you channeled your inner dodgeball and did what you needed to do, but you couldn't quite
Shit, I beat out millions of retards to
did
make
his
it
best.
where I am
couldn't
today.
quite
back then.
completely avoid it. That was the problem.
Yeah, he did his best David Blaine impression back then. Yeah, that's what that was.
Is that what that was?
White
See,
David
unlike-
Blaine, what's up, baby?
Unlike the hanger, David, that's what we call full circle.
David, you get the point?
No, Daddy, no. Yeah, it's kind of funny though that Colin's the only one in this group right now that can say he's seen Chris Henson and nobody look at him awkward.
I wasn't paying attention. What were we talking about?
8-year-olds, dude.
8-year-olds too.
8-year-olds, dude.
Better ass.
Nihilists. There's a difference.
Sounds exactly.
I finally got that joke, guys.
Nice marmot.
Yeah.
Really tied the room together.
Don't pee on.
I love Texas.
again.
You know why I love Texas, guys?
Because we're considered the Spartans. of the
wait. Hold on. Is it?
No,
are
I'm
you-
being 100%
Are you
serious.
asking? Do you know why I love Texas guys, or do you know why?
No, not like Texas dudes, not like little Nas
okay,
X or
yeah.
anything like
I
that.
needed you to clarify.
We're not going to kink shame. We're just saying. We're just trying. Asking for specific.
I was
because
actually-
if we're-
because
if we're gonna-
I-
if we're going to ask the obligatory response question of what is it, we want to know the context.
We need to know
The
which
context being,
Is it?
when I was a younger man, according to the way that age goes, I spent some time in the Hearst, Euless, and Bedford area, or Buford, Hearst, Euless, Buford.
There's a thing called
I
a
believe
point.
that's-
We need you to get to it.
The point also being, I spent time in the area of Houston and Galveston. And throughout the time that I stayed and traveled throughout Texas, I had the pleasure of always meeting great people, not unlike yourselves. So, hands
Slightly
off
retarded?
the taxes. Thank you.
Well said.
Not just being honest.
Pretty good.
Hey,
Always enjoy visiting your state.
Oh, did you like that video, Johnny? If you finally watched it about Texas being Spartans, except for the gay sex stuff and the pedophile stuff, dude.
We just stuck all them in Austin.
Everything I just said about Texas. Let's just
And
take
besides
back
that,
a
David,
second.
I maybe watch 0.0001% of the videos that you send me because of the saturation
Sheer
bombing
volume.
policy that you employ?
It's called
David,
love, Johnny.
David employs a
Not at 3 o'clock in the morning, David.
scorched earth policy with his TikTok videos.
It's like the Soviet horde theory with armor.
Yes, exactly. This is like the Soviet army coming through the Fulda Gap.
You know, they put the first armored division in Germany as nothing more than a speed bump until the rest of the main body can get across the Atlantic.
Yep.
That's what that's for.
Yep.
Y'all don't like me?
Oh no, we love
We
you.
held down the fort
love you.
for as long as it took until we had that second front opened up. We did a good job.
Yeah.
We were friends. We were all buddies back then. Remember that, huh? Good old days. Churchill. You got fucking Stalin. You got old fucking Roosevelt over there with polio or whatever.
They
Everybody's
weren't
having a good
Soviets back then,
time.
dude. They were just the red.
Drinking brandy. You know, everybody was nice. Everybody was happy. Good old days. Even during war was
You
fun.
don't understand. Oh, we got to get that guy on a show.
Who?
Stalin?
No,
I know him. I'll
Yeah.
get him. What time is it?
that guy on
918?
TikTok, that Chris Verlani, or yeah, I mean he's the guy that does like all the hell diver videos. He's does all the historic videos.
Oh, you don't
You
understand.
just don't understand.
Yeah.
You love his videos, dude. Those are great.
I've tried. I've tried several of the guys and everything. I just can't get a. We're not
Man,
popular enough. It's like we're still the.
No, I think at a certain point, David, that like a lot of your relationships, you have to look yourself in the mirror and go, maybe it's me.
I believe that too. Why haven't you tried?
Because you haven't put me on assignment at all. You're the
I've done this
producer.
several
It's your
times. You come up short, just like me.
What?
Chris gets that joke.
I
That's
think,
what
yeah, I
Chris
just
said.
saw where you're going with that.
Yeah. No. What happened with the what was that, Steeler?
Oh, the Oakland Raider guy.
Yeah.
He just never returned my calls.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there was no contact initially for him to make a judgment about my character. He just never returned my phone calls.
Yeah. That's what usually I got, because I try to get Fimber, the guy that does the TikToks about America Wizard and the normal wizard and American Wizard, who coined that phrase that I love, is like 9mm will break the body, but 45 breaks the soul.
I don't know if I've seen them.
I don't think I can recall ever hearing you use that phrase.
I got
I
one more
never used
joke.
the phrase, like
Oh,
the
Colin. And we're still effectively in Colin's segment because I never played the outro, but he said he has another joke.
Oh, okay.
Late honest.
You want to know what the most violent book Helen Keller read was? Helen Keller read was?
Who's got the echo? Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Yep, there you go.
What was the most violent?
What the fuck?
Colin, go ahead. Oh,
He muted himself.
oh no, he
It's
did
really
because he's being spoken to off camera.
Oh.
As I was saying,
Did you did handle that respectfully, right?
yes.
Okay, good.
You want to know what the most violent book Helen Keller read was? A Cheese Grater.
Oh
my god!
Oh my god.
That's a good one.
Oh,
That was
do,
a good one.
do you want to go out on that one, Colin? Just like that, he's gone. Without regard or care for your moral well-being. You, unfortunately, have been witness to yet another traumatic episode of this guy's genetic code assaulting your soul without consent. It's so violent. I just don't know what to do. But, ladies and gentlemen, again, Angry Faithful of all ages, this was Joke Time with Colin. Jeez, Gregor. Oh my God.
I've seen this one where
Oh,
blind guy was reading a horror movie, a horror book, and he's like,
Have you seen have you seen the Deaf Playboy book?
no, you're thinking about the blind Playboy book.
Blind Playboy.
Yes, it was.
And it's just
1973.
Seen the video for this guy. He's like, he's pretending like he's reading. He's just like, damn.
Damn.
Is it like scratch and sniff? That way, when you get to the vagine, you scratch it.
No, it's. Hold on, I brought this up on another episode. Blind. It's. I don't know why they did it, but here we go. Share screen. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Basically, that's what it is. Playboy for the blind.
I mean, makes sense.
There's a link to where you can purchase this, right? For those
I don't
who are,
think
Clients,
it
right.
was. Well, here we go.
He's asking for himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to click on that link right now.
What medium? When was it? It was for
it's for
1970.
blind people. We can't see it.
See, okay. Normally, I would ask, and how you know this? How do you know this? But you're 15. I know.
I
why.
saw a TikTok video. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
And you also got to understand, Johnny. Now, kids nowadays they have this thing called the internet. We didn't really have when we were kids.
No, you're right, and they have high speed internet, not like back in the day where you had to wait for the page to load line by line.
And you didn't have to scream at your parents. Get off the phone! I'm downloading homework.
And then right about the time you start almost get that first picture loaded, somebody picks up the phone and ruins the whole thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then your mom and dad are wondering how their printer goes through so much ink.
Right. I just filled it. I've gone through so much paper. I have a lot of homework to print out.
Why does the printer keep on? Man, do you remember those old printers where it was always
Oh, the dot matrix printer.
dot matrix printer? God.
Yeah.
The lowest.
It was funny the other day. Like, I was listening to something, and we were in the car, and that old school modem sound.
Yeah.
When you're logging into AOL.
Oh,
That played. And my youngest is like, "What is that noise?" And I'm like, "Oh my God."
Here lately, I've been getting spam voice messages from that.
Well, that's just the fax machine, dude.
Yeah.
So people that use faxes, including the VA, oddly enough.
yeah.
But yeah. So we're still relatively making great time. We went over baseball. We looked at football passively. We talked about NASCAR, NBA, the NHL. We even had a late insertion of Colin's Joke Time segment.
Insertion.
This shows you how committed I am to this show.
Right?
I could have just gone back to playing Fallout, but I joined up.
Yeah, right now I'm at.
What I
I'm,
appreciate
I'm
about
trying. I'm
you.
trying to finish out the Far Harbor DLC.
So I finished 70 New Vegas.
Uh-huh.
I walked up to Benny, shot him in the face, and did every other stuff.
Nice.
Right now I started a new game on Fallout 4. I have maxed out intelligence and charisma, a little bit of strength, a little bit of endurance, and some agility.
Well, I figured out the duplication glitch for the Xbox.
Oh, you talking about with the machine
Building
and
materials?
yeah,
Yeah.
and then you tell your dog meat to go get the
Yeah.
weapon.
Yeah. So
It's really useful on fusion
what
cores.
kills me is the fact that Bethesda has not fixed that glitch. That game's been out for 10
Yet,
10 years.
yet,
How many
Yes.
iterations? How many consoles
They-
have you gone through?
Yeah.
yet,
Yeah.
they did take out every
They-
chest under.
Yeah, they
under,
took out
Starfield.
the below the map chest glitch for Starfield like almost immediately.
Right.
But you can still do the same glitch for Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, seriously? Come on.
Gotta love
Dude, I'm
Bethesda.
excited because now that I'm playing through 4 again, I'm like, 'cause they added a new power armor set, the XO2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to get that.
Yeah, I've been looking around for it. So, but yeah,
Yeah,
I'm still trying to get
somewhat.
the jetpacks.
I saw that Jedi Survivor hit the Game Pass. I've been playing the shit
EA
out
or
of
the Game Pass.
Oh really? I
A
haven't.
good game.
it. It's great.
Yeah, that's a great game.
The first one was good. I haven't played the new one.
Yeah,
Speaking of
So
games,
worth it.
Rebirth is not as fun as I was hoping it would be.
oh, Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
It's a
I've
little.
been having fun.
Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad game. It just doesn't
It's not
pique
a
my.
remake.
It doesn't pique my interest as much as remake did.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I'm also gonna have to spend more money for when Part 3 comes out.
Part 3's not coming out.
There's
They
gonna
just-
be a third game.
Are they really going to put it in the third game?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
So
seen with-
Has
yay,
anybody
more
played-
money I have to spend.
That's what usually happens. Did you hear EA is
Anybody-
going to start doing ads in fucking game now?
They're exploring the
yeah.
possibility of it.
I'm not playing an EA game ever again.
As if Michael
I don't really
here's what
play
I've been
EA
doing.
games to begin with.
I'm playing an EA game right now, but I decided to kick it retro old school because I've got like the fat PS3 still, right?
20
You know,
gig
the
style
60 back, no the 60 gig
or
backwards
60 backwards compatible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I went and found a copy of Tiger Woods PGA Golf 2007. Bought it for $10 on eBay, and I've been playing the shit out of it. And I'm like, man, I don't remember it being this hard. Like, I mean, the putting on this game, oh my god, it's atrocious. Like, well, I don't remember it being this bad.
I'm getting real sick and tired of having to delete things off my PS5 for storage.
Yep.
Yep. That's going to happen.
But like, it's insane because there is no room on PS5.
And and you would think that they would have made it like an accessible port to swap out hard drives like the PS3 was, the PS4 was.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least make it so you can run the game off of an external hard drive. Like you
Exactly.
can on PS4.
Instead, I have to copy the game over, and it takes up space on both the external and console storage.
Mm-hmm. I think
See
Xbox
what's
has been doing that a lot with some of these titles, like some of their AAA titles. If you've got them on an external hard drive, you have to have it on your internal drive to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like the thing is, it's like it's only for PS5 games, so then it's like it takes up more storage instead of like for what a PS4 game would take up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I've been playing some of the new Armor Core, and it's just pretty fun.
I've been thinking about checking that one out.
Yeah, he picked up
It's-
on Record 6 last weekend that he was down here.
It's pretty good. I like it, and I've gotten mad at it a few times, yes, but overall I enjoy it.
It's
I mean,
pretty fun.
eventually, I'm going to get back into the Ghost of Tsushima and finish it.
Oh,
mean-
goated. That game was a freaking masterpiece.
I
Yeah,
also got to finish
honestly,
that game.
that's the feudal Japan Assassin's Creed that I think we all should have gotten. But
So good.
yeah,
Well, aren't they making a Japanese one?
yeah, they're making a Japanese one.
It's like Code Red or something.
Shadow, I think they called it officially now.
Yeah, but yeah, it just got because when I started playing that game, my relationship with my wife just started to get going, and I was busy a lot between work and other things. I just really kind of stopped playing my PS4 kind of altogether a little bit. Really dove back into the Xbox, especially after I got married, because as a wedding present from my wife, she told me on our way home from the wedding, she's like, and Colin, you remember this, right? Because you
Oh yeah, I know. I walked into the store with
Yeah.
you.
yeah,
And
you
you
we
took a
stopped at the-
line
we
drive.
stopped at the Buc-ee's in Pearland, and she was like, she goes, why don't you see if somebody if there's a place in like Jackson that's got the Xbox you want? I was like, right now? She's like, yeah, we've got the money for it. Go ahead. It's just
Done.
it's a wedding present from me. And I was like,
Done and done.
I was like, hey, oh yeah. I mean, I immediately hopped on the phone with with the GameStop in Lake Jackson. I was like, you have a Series X in stock? Well, yeah. Can you hold it for like
I am
45 minutes? I'm in Pearland and I will be there.
on the
And they were like, yeah, I can hold it for a couple hours. I was like, bet. So I went in, I bought that. We got home, and
First game you loaded up was MLB
first game was
The Show.
MLB The Show. Like, yes,
Of course.
because I was playing it on the 1X, and it looked good on the 1X, right? But I got everything loaded up. I got all my profile stuff transferred over, the whole 9 yards, and I get the game installed. Dude, it looked so much better. I was sitting there going, oh, this is like night and day, because you get like active real-time reflections on surfaces like batting helmets.
right.
And I was like, this looks so good. Like the pine tar was textured on the helmet. I was like, oh my God, I was in heaven. It was great.
I can't wait to play Star Wars Outlaw.
Yeah, that game.
I heard it's not worth the money.
Ooh.
Oh,
I don't look at reviews.
buying
I
it day
never look at reviews.
I'll wait.
All I've heard is it's not worth the money that it is.
Well, maybe it'll come out on Game Pass.
That
I'm
and
will eventually. I mean,
you
if
wanna-
they bring Jedi Survivor on,
you want to know what comes with the Ultimate Edition and how much it costs?
Oh, I saw that.
It's like 160 for an art book.
No, I don't buy the ultimate shit. I get the cheap stuff.
Well, I usually, if I have the money, get the Ultimate Edition of things if it comes with like free DLC or something. So
Yeah, if it comes with, most of the time here lately with the ultimate stuff is it's lacking.
Yeah,
'Cause
you get
you get like a
access to, like,
miniature, a guy comes by, knocks on your door, gives you a handy. I mean, it was great stuff. Nowadays, it's like, we'll give you a coloring book with your purchase. I'm like, fuck that
you
shit.
get season pass to all the new skins. I don't care about skins. No.
I'm saying this now. Do not get the Avatar game. the Frontiers of Pandora or Pandora?
No.
Okay, good. Because number one, it has microtransactions in it. Number two, not that great of a game. Also, really easy. Like, I loaded up the game and took down an entire base of whatever the friggin' guys are called.
Mm.
Marine.
No, it was like the last game I got like really into, and a lot of people ended up getting really into it too. Was Conan Exiles. It's the last game I played to where lots of people played it with me.
The last time I bought an Ultimate Edition, well, Legendary Edition of a game for me was Halo Reach, and that was because it came
thought
with
you
that
got the Ultimate
badass
Edition.
statue of Noble Team.
I thought you got the Ultimate Edition for Red Dead.
No, I was talking about like at launch.
Oh, Atlanta.
Yeah, at launch. You know, I paid $100 for Halo Reach back on the 360 because like that. I mean, for me, Halo 3 and Halo Reach, favorite games ever from that series.
Yeah.
This
Reach-
summer
Definitely.
we gotta play the multiplayer.
Okay, yeah. I already promised your brother that he and I would do some co-op runs on Halo. So
No, I meant like on Halo Infinite, 'cause we haven't done that one yet. And when it comes time for the jetpack guy, we obviously have to put the little,
we have to do the plasma tank or plasma canisters at the
That-
bottom of
that
the
video is so funny to watch, because it's just he comes down and it's just boom.
Yeah, the elevator crushes those plasma containers. He basically
Have you seen that video of this
live
guy
stuff.
playing like New Vegas or Fallout 3, and he puts this like mutant in a room, and he fills the entire things with like mines and stuff, and he throws a plasma grenade in there, and it's just his screen turns white.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see those videos of the dude where they use the modded PS4 and they'll put like Death Claws and Liberty Prime and stuff at the very beginning when the Vault Tech guy knocks on the door.
You can mod Xbox regularly.
Yeah. But he goes, so it's just they only key in on just him. So it's like,
Yeah, because then it's like
or and he'll knock
and
on the door. And it's like, eliminate all communists. And it just starts. And then it shows from inside the house. You just see the walls shaking and shit. And he's blowing up the Vault Tech guy.
have you seen those videos of these people that are like, you're putting the minigun or the Fat Man or Full Auto, and they're
Yeah.
standing, and then they just, and then it's
They'll
boom.
throw up about 300 of them. And then
Yeah, and it's just
you see the XP counter start going. Zzz. Oh my god, dude! One guy
frame rate goes to about
he did that to
40.
Diamond City.
oh yeah, people have been doing it to Diamond City.
Yeah,
and it's
people have been like full auto nuking Diamond City.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and I'm like,
It's hilarious.
when,
You
I want to do
bastard.
this. I want to do this.
like just in principle alone, I can't do this. I would have to turn in every piece of Red Sox merchandise I own if I were to do that. I can't do that, man. It's just
All right, I'll do it for you.
It's these PC players, man. It's like you get all the fun.
I love that. It's these PC players, man.
Yeah, PC player.
How come they're the only ones who
Kiss
get
my
the
ass.
mod
We
and get all the
affectionately
fun?
refer to PC players as the master race.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Max is going.
Max, you're supposed to do that. Max, you're supposed to do that after the show. You don't turn that on until the show's over.
Doc, are you starting up a
not very
chainsaw
good.
in your room? What is
Oh,
that noise?
It's his little friend.
Maybe you think the house is haunted? Maybe I'm
Was there a ghost farting right next to you? Like,
Is it the magnetic one that you can use in public with nobody knowing?
Right? It's
I'm one of those.
great
With a
ones.
little remote.
There you go.
It's been driving me crazy,
Do
guys.
you
And I
have a remote?
apologize.
David has the remote, doesn't he?
No, I'm like thinking about it like now. Like,
Is it the one where it plays the Green Bay Packers song? I've seen it on SNL.
I don't think David's on the same page.
I don't think he is either.
I was talking about a butt plug. What are y'all talking about?
Yeah, for you, David, though, that's a pretty wide range. Like, there's a lot of stuff that can be considered butt plug for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it fits, you sits.
You should put that on a t-shirt.
Yes.
Oh my god!
Wow.
I'm writing that one down, right? Oh fuck! I don't have a pen. Someone What was that? What was that again?
It fits, it sits.
It's
If
you
it
sits. Oh.
Okay, I got it in the notes.
Yep. You're welcome.
everything kind of broke up on my end. I'm not going to lie, but is it the penis fits? You must admit. Or is it everything broke up and it was penis fits?
It
Must
is
admit.
now.
For those of you who don't know, I mean, the level of excitement that David had in his life when Meghan Trainor came out with that song, "It's All About the Bass," and then the crash of disappointment when he was realizing that she was talking about sound. Yeah.
I thought it was Bass first.
No.
That you know exactly which video I'm talking about too.
Yeah.
I hate that. video.
Talk about generational trauma right there.
I mean,
Brought back the whole 2-girl thing.
Two girls, one cup. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Or tub girl.
Tub
You
girl.
want to go OG tub girl.
And now it's jar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
one
the
jar,
dude.
one jar.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You-
Man, the
See,
internet's a real nasty
Videos
place.
like that make aliens not want to visit us. In fact, when they pass by Earth, they roll up the windows and lock the fucking doors.
Roll them up, kids.
They're like, no, don't breathe that air. It'll infect you.
Don't want to catch.
They're either
the
saying
emo.
that or these fuckers know how to party.
Don't drink the water in Earth.
Yeah.
Something in
You're
the
gonna,
water.
you're gonna catch the emo. Like
It's the emo. Sounds like
You
a
don't
game.
want that shit.
That sounds like a game.
Oh, come on. Let's cut out the emo jokes, really, guys. Come on.
man, I'm just hanging on by a thread
cut
here.
it
So.
Just gonna leave us hanging like that?
Ugh.
And this is why Jesus loves everybody and he died for our sins. So. And that's the purpose of this whole
Man, you know, think about it. You think OJ was a emo? You know, he sure likes cutting things.
Oh. Oh.
I think he was a born killer, you know what I mean?
You can slice them, you can dice them.
Sword up on
Emo
the
kids
field.
just keep on coming.
Well, I guess we can stop the show now.
At some point, we better stop her.
Yeah, God, if we got too far, who knows?
Oh,
A
man.
lot have been getting cut. I'll talk about that after we get off air.
What are you cutting?
What?
Hmm?
I'm not coming to your bris, David.
Like just because you like playing tic tac toe on your arm doesn't mean
If he gets circumcised, it'd basically just be a eunuch at that point.
Yeah,
Not all that's got left.
yeah.
An inch more a king, an inch less a queen.
Yes. There you go. There you go. There's your deck shirt right there.
What'd you say, Max? I'm sorry.
I said an inch more, I'd have been a king. An inch less, I'd have been a queen. So circumcisions.
Amazing.
That's tough. You get one of those nervous circumcisers, you know, it's like, or one of those alcoholic circumcisers. Fuck this.
I mean, we could save David a
The
ton of
shakes
money.
going in.
No, we can save him a ton of
Yeah,
money
the
right
shaky
now.
one that hasn't been on the juice for a while. Yeah.
Instead of circumcising David, we can just point him towards the Spread'em subreddit.
Oh, oh, no.
Oh, come on, David. Everybody else does.
I don't want to be like everybody else.
I want to be different.
Oh, you want to be Mr. Dirty Penis, do you? Yeah, good for you. Captain Foreskin, I am.
If I
Like
washed my
7
dick, would you
now.
suck it? I'm like, no, you're a dirty cocksucker.
I remember I had a buddy of mine. This guy was a male prostitute, a good friend, you know. Obviously, he was good at what he did. And one day he was came by. He's like trying to brag and shit how much money he made. He told me, all right, how much money you make? He said, I made $100.05. Oh, $100.05. Who the fuck paid you with a nickel? He said, everybody. All of them.
Everybody.
Loved his job, by the way. Never worked a day in his life, he said.
Can imagine.
To each his own. I don't judge. Sounds gay.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
$20 is $20.
I mean, everybody knows
Hey.
that David was a cook in the Air Force, but the one thing that he heard more than anything else during his time in the military was wash your damn hands and make me a sandwich.
I'm done with you guys.
It's bullshit.
Why?
That's a great show, by the way, Resident Alien.
Oh yeah.
It's
Dude,
a great show.
I still have that on my watch list. I've seen some clips on
Man, I got so
I
many
need-
things on my watch list. It's like,
Yeah. How did you get in here? His fortress is impenetrable. Door was unlocked.
It's like he's got that one kid, Max, that can see through his camouflage. And he's like, this is bullshit. I'm like, yes, you are the shithead. Oh, anyways.
All right.
You see, right now, like at night, the wife and I are watching all the way through 2.5 Men. Dude, I forgot how funny that show was.
when Charlie Sheen was on.
When Charlie Sheen was on it. Yeah, that show is getting hilarious.
Do you think it was funny because Charlie Sheen was on it and he was drinking tiger blood?
No, I think it was the cocaine.
Regardless as to what he's done for his public image, Charlie Sheen is a funny dude.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, if it takes tiger blood to become funny, give me fucking tiger blood. That's all I'm saying.
Or
And
I
cocaine.
don't think you'll ever financially recover
Or
that.
and cocaine at that point, yes. Cocaine,
no,
tiger blood, and whatever else. it
I don't
takes.
think that's something you can financially recover from,
No, that's the AIDS.
though.
There's a pill for that, they say.
A couple of them.
what are you eating?
Pork rinds.
Oh.
Anyway,
You ready to get off here?
well, I'm ready to wrap up the episode. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Should I buckle up for the landing of the plane? I've got the seatbelt this time.
Let's do it.
Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. I'm David Dickerman.
I'm Johnny Skelton.
I am Chris Jacko.
I'm Colin Skelton.
This has been Nerd
My name
Sports episode. Oh, yeah. So go ahead.
Fucking Max.
Oh, nobody gives a shit who I
Yeah,
am
I was
anyway.
doing
I'm
my
Max.
best. No,
How's it
I was
going,
doing
guys?
my best David impression where I was trying to prematurely cut people off. Yeah.
It's okay. Nobody gives a shit still. I'm still Max.
10 out of 10 performance.
Yeah.
Gotta keep the tradition alive.
Right. Everybody, this has been Nerd Sports, episode 160. Thank you for your time, your diligence, and your servitude. You have been privy. Scissor me timbers. Arr.
Laters.